try and figure out and catch up with what is going on. And we can kick this off in a moment or two. Parasite going to be the map to get started. Nice large map here. We saw Harstem fall yesterday to Cass in the bracket. Let's see what goes on as we kick this off. To the top left-hand side, our green Terran player, known for being very aggressive, known for being a bit all-in or sometimes, known for playing mech as well. Those are the three things you should definitely watch out for him doing here in this series. This is Lillekanin. As we have to the bottom right side, our Blue Cross player, we've got Harstem. Okay, we're dropping down. As you see that Nexus being chrono boosted up here. SCV just having a little bit of a dance in the center. Dance, dance, dance. Shows your best dance moves, Lillekanin. Throws down that barracks here. And it is going to start up with a bit of a proxy. Kind of not super close to the base, although I guess it's just the fact he has to go around to get anywhere. If this is anything other than, even with the Reaper actually, you just have to kind of go around a bit. So at least it's not in a position that's going to be super scoutable though. Like if you scout nearby... if you can scout nearby proxy locations, that's not somewhere I would check anyways, so... Okay, interesting. We're going to be seeing the Rax is just going to be finishing up in a moment or two. And this probe going to drop down. Throw a Nexus on the natural expansion as well, so gets that started up. Sending an X-Core from Harstem dropping in as well. So again, just an expansion from him. Checks the proxy location on the left before going across the map here. So probe coming up towards the upper side. And again, the Rax in the factory getting this ready to go at the moment. So Rax in the factory coming in. I'm just going to be seeing the Cybernetics core. Is also just going to be finishing up in the next few moments from Harstem. So hopefully that'll be done very shortly here. Cyber core completed. And again, a couple more workers to jump in that assimilator. Reactor goes down on the barracks, so getting that reactor down here. Factory again about to finish as well, so Rax factory looking good at the moment. As you do see the starport starting up as well from Lillekanin. Robo facility is on its way down in the main base, so as everything gets proxied, Robo feels like a pretty good response. Harstem knows that things are being proxied as well. Doesn't even waste time sticking around with the probe, just sees, yep, proxy, cool, I'm out of here. Depth gets the first shot on the Reaper, and that's enough to start kind of forcing it away a little bit here at least, as that Reaper ends up popping down, heading up the right side. A couple more Marines on the way out. They're going to see the Cyclone gets going. And we'll see what comes off the starport this early. He could actually afford a Liberator, which is going to make this a very powerful push forwards. Medevac for now, probably a Liberator a bit later on if you start going tanks and so on, and you start getting a bit of a slower army going in this. As we do see, the Reaper is just hanging out to the right side there. And we do have the probe of Harstem coming around the top right as well. So probe of Harstem comes around the top right. And again, that Nexus just... well, he actually cuts the probe. Huh. Interesting. Stalker in the depth going to come forwards and again just try and shut that Reaper down. The Reaper's been so annoying. If it keeps pulling units out of position, the attack on the natural could be very annoying and frustrating to deal with as well, of course. So that's something to be careful of here. As we do have the Medevac with the Cyclone and a few Marines inside of it, starting to come in towards the back of the natural now. Two Stalkers in the depth on nearby. Loses one probe so far. It's the Cyclone that's the real danger here, and there's nothing to really cancel those lock-ons from Harstem at the moment. He has an Immortal, but it's not quite in position on the low ground. There's that Reaper now being fought by probes. He kills the Immortal before the Stalker falls, or the Cyclone before the Stalker falls. The Immortal, a huge part of that there. Chunks away, it's chunks out some of that damage. As we're going to be seeing the Medevac getting started up as well from Lillekanin. So the Medevac gets started up, the Viking on the way, a couple more Marines and the tank on the way out too. We are just going to be seeing another tank popping out. Probe of Harstem coming down the left side. And again, the two Stalkers and the Immortal of Harstem just chilling out on the bottom. Tank going to siege up from Lillekanin as well, so just gets that going in the next couple of moments. So two tanks sieged up in the center of the map. Again, just going to be seeing Harstem is coming down the left-hand side. Again, Immortal continuing to be chrono boosted out for the moment. We see those Marines and tanks setting up in the center. So this is the big push. I'm surprised. I mean, he's going Stim of all things. I'm surprised we didn't see a Liberator made at all, because I really feel that with tanks especially, that really starts to power up this push forwards now. But Liberator is very expensive, and if you want Stim, I guess it starts to get to the point where you just can't afford a Liberator. I mean, he isn't affording anything off the starport at the moment, so it's kind of the cost of it. He will start up another siege tank here as he gets the gas to do so. Lillekanin going to slowly push forwards with these tanks now. 3 of them. It's dangerous. It really is. He'll start to bunker up a little bit as well, but he's so far away. The Immortals kill that bunker instantly. A tank shot goes down, but I mean, just slowing down. I mean, again, the bunker is just so far back that this push is just going to give Harstem so much time to prepare for it. I don't think there's really going to be too much of an issue here as he dives in. He gets a tank. We're losing a Immortal though. I mean, obviously that's not great. Some Stalkers are going to come over and try and intercept reinforcements, so they go the other way. So as units leave the left side, Stalkers will approach on the right, and he's going to see that Stim is built, and that's obviously a priority target there. So he's going to work his way through that. If he gets this tech lab, I think almost worth leaving the Stalkers here to cancel that, because that is a huge upgrade. It's going to delay it massively by getting that kill. And the Stalkers don't go down anyway, so definitely worth targeting that down. That's a fantastic job done. As the Stalkers back down to the bottom right, going to see a couple more Stalkers warping in, the Immortal as well. Just another bunker from Lillekanin too. I mean, it's just such a weird bunker position. I mean, it's because he's so far away. But it obviously just buys Harstem so much time. Now his shield batteries will be in some trouble. He's going to start moving forwards. He doesn't have charge or anything. I gotta say, I mean, Stalkers coming in on the other side, the Immortal as well. We'll finally start getting on top of those siege tanks, but it took a little while. But it is going to work out for him. The Liberator will go down now too, and with 3 Immortals left, bunkers are not a problem. I mean, you're going to kill those in a couple of shots, and that's GG. Lillekanin is going to fall as Harstem picks up a good defense and a good... There you go, finally loading in. Some people are really taking a while to load into the games today, aren't they? Just taking a few moments here and there. Okay, let's do this. Top left-hand side, our green Terran is Lillekanin, representing E-Punks. The other player from E-Punks that we've seen do very well the last couple of days is Razorblade, showing some pretty impressive performances yesterday, taking a map off of Seoul, and a good run to get through there as well, so definitely one to watch out for, as we have Lillekanin's opponent in the bottom right side of the map, the blue Protoss player Harstem. Harstem, again, good defense in game number 1. No messing around. He knows Lillekanin. He knows be careful. And he's probably mentally prepared to deal with builds such as that when he's playing against this guy. So I don't think that was too concerning for him overall. And as we're going to be seeing the racks dropping down now on the right-hand side. So this is another proxy. This time much closer to the Terran's base. The push distance much shorter than the push distance we saw on Parasite, of course. We'll see if Lillekanin can do something special with this. Go and double gas already, which is expected. You don't just proxy and expand. Now, you usually proxy into the factory at the very least, and then maybe if you do want to expand, you expand from there. Nexus drops down on the natural as the probe comes over. Going to run through in towards the proxy, and well, he sees it on the way up, right? So a couple nibbles on the SCV will always do good. It means if it tries to bunker up, it'll have less health to target down. If it tries to build a factory, you can maybe deny it as well. So it's a pretty good little push in that we're seeing right there. I like it. Always nice to kind of find that there. So that works out quite nicely for the most part. Awesome. Alright, meanwhile, this probe coming down the south side. Rax is about to finish up that Reaper in a moment or two, so I mean, this probe just going to go and double check, is the factory built at home? I just want to make sure I know exactly what I am playing against here and so on. So he's just going to go and check for that. As you see, the Nexus is about to finish. So Nexus is about to finish up, as we'll see the Reaper is going to come in, able to pick a probe up right there. Now the Reaper going to go and try and get probe kill number 2 or so in a moment, perhaps. Oh, doesn't quite get it just yet. I was going to see the Adept is able to pick a little bit of a shot onto that. I'll try and get a shot on the Reaper, but doesn't quite find it. Reaper gets around to the side, is going to deal some more damage now. More shots now, a grenade coming down as well. I mean, 2 probes is not bad at all. He's actually built the barracks now behind the mineral line. He has got a bunker up, so Harstem may be caught a little bit off guard by this. The Adept will kill the Reaper. That's a nice pick-off at least. And Harstem, with the facility about to finish, he'll go straight into the Immortal. So the bunker's annoying, but I don't imagine it will last all too long. As we do see those couple of Marines continue to nibble their way through this natural expansion here at the moment. Again, the Adept and the Stalker just hanging around. Just sort of waiting. Those few Marines still just tickling their way through the Nexus. It's, I have to say, you know, I've always thought this. The Nexus animation of its shields is really cool. Like, shields in general are pretty cool. Like, the animation of them, like, getting hit in different places. It's pretty funky. It's something you don't really notice a lot in StarCraft 2, that shields actually have an animation of deflecting and stuff. But it's really awesome. It really is sick. That bunker's kind of low. I mean, the Immortal is actually already out. The Prism now starts as a follow-up. And, well, he's going to drop another shield battery, which is actually going to get picked off instantly by the Cyclone. What do you want to get rid of first here? I mean, I think you just get rid of the bunker and you go from there. Because the Immortal is going to be picking off that bunker. The Stalker coming out the front to push the Cyclone away a little bit as well. I mean, the Marine count's still gathering up behind this, but of course, they're not really caught up or joined up with the Cyclone, so it's hard to make a full attack out of it. And obviously, reinforcements are going to be a bit funky as well. Bug Banshee's on the way behind this. More Cyclones coming through. Maxfield Accelerator just completed, so the Cyclones will deal a lot of damage now. They jump on the Prism, which just gets out of range in time. Costs him a Cyclone. Man, that Prism staying alive is sick as well for Harstem, because he really wants this to help him with the micro against the Cyclones. Obviously, when the Cyclones jumped onto the Prism, you know, the Prism took a bunch of damage, and you can't really micro Prism into the Prism to counter that lock-on. But pulled it away, kept it alive, and that's fantastic here so far. As we do have a Cyclone from Lillekanin out on the center, as a Banshee from Lillekanin also coming out through the bottom side of the map as well. As Banshee's coming over from Lillekanin, we see a Raven starting up from Lillekanin in the main base, so getting a Raven underway. Command center coming down in for the natural expansion shortly. There's that first cloak Banshee currently hanging out, about to dive into the main base here, so looking for a little bit of damage in the next moment or two. Cloak's up. No shield battery, although there is an observer, so it's just a matter of getting units here. Harstem might have to pull away these probes, as well, he really wasn't ready for this. 4 workers already going down. Stalker or 2, couple Stalkers coming across here. And as we're going to be seeing the couple extra probes coming into that mineral line as well to keep on mining. Banshee up the right-hand side is going to come around and start to nibble away on the natural expansion. Get a couple of probes over there. And as they simulate, it'll drop down. There's one probe getting picked off right away there. A couple sentries, those Immortals hanging out as well. Forge about halfway done here from Harstem too, so that's about halfway done as we see the Hallucinated Phoenix to head across towards the upper left-hand side of the map. So Harstem continue to move onto the map. And, yeah. Harstem looking good at the moment here. I mean, the defense in general is obviously, you know, he's got a 10 worker lead. The CC on the natural of the Lillekanin's only just getting going as Harstem is thinking about dropping down a third Nexus. So Harstem going up into the 3 bases. He checks the main as well. It's a second factory, so he knows it's going to be some sort of an attempt of mech from Lillekanin, which is, again, something that Lillekanin goes into fairly regularly. 2 Immortals load up, and will start to head out towards the upper left side of the map. Nope, they turn around, then they come back, get going again. Ay. Alright, those 2 Immortals continue to head up towards the top left. Again, Nexus drops down on the 3rd base. More gates coming in as well. Going to see a Photon Cannon also starting up. More probes going down. The Stalker will be able to kill off that barracks, so racks will fall. And a couple of probes transferring, going to take some shots as the Banshee and Observer are here. There's actually 5 workers killed, and it could be more if he'd actually continued to target fire. Obviously, Lillekanin thinking about other things. There's 2 Immortals. Wow, that's actually huge. The 2 Immortals in the Prism dropped in, but the Interference Matrix on mass, I mean, the Cyclones killed the Prism, and then the Interference Matrix once the Immortals didn't do anything as they got killed off. And that's some huge losses from Harstem. I mean, that's a lot of the Immortals that should have been very important for him here. So that's kind of a bit of a shocker, I would say. You still have this Banshee hanging out on the right side of the map as well. So Banshee hanging out to the right. Couple more gates coming down. The Temple Archives dropping in on the main base as well. And this Hallucinated Phoenix going to be moving over to the left side to also try and jump into the natural and just pick up some info. I mean, what exactly is being built would be probably quite nice to know. I have a Banshee on the way. Harstem going Temple Archives, +1 charge. I feel is all of the kind of correct things here to start moving in towards. And I see those couple Stalkers and Sentries gathering together. +1 vehicle weapons on the way up on the Armory. As the Banshee in the background gets picked off as well. Obviously the Armor Banshee's being made. Harstem still maintaining that 11-ish worker lead. That's very good for him typically as a Protoss player. Command Center drops down on the third. Missile turret going to drop into the side, and again a few Hellions from Lillekanin going to come around and see what they can do. Hallucinated Phoenix from Harstem hanging around on the top. And we are going to be seeing again a couple of Cyclones and the Raven. Going to be coming over to see what they can do. See the Stalker's going to blink, and they're actually going to find one Hellion, make that 2. Maybe even 3 here. And, yeah, just continuing to hunt right now. So, continuing to hunt down as the Hallucination. Just going to keep on poking away at that command center. Again, another Siege Shank going to get set up. Couple Banshee Cyclones and the Raven. We're just going to be hanging out at the moment. Command center going to come over. Going to drop down on the third base. As we still see this army of Harstem continuing to move forwards. So army of Harstem continuing forwards here. Zealots and Archons. Still trying to see what's going on. The Banshee of Lillekanin takes a few shots as well as SCV is going to transfer in. Going to start mining away on this third base. Well, Harstem is getting ready for a big old attack. I mean, honestly, the big thing I would say is anti-armor missiles coming in. I would say the production of Lillekanin wasn't set up very quickly because he's stuck on Banshees for so long. It just means that Harstem has a lot to fight with, and boom, just like that, comes straight in, and the army's cleaned out. There's only really a high ground tank and, well, a Banshee really to kind of survive. I mean, he'll get rid of this third base, or really, it's a plan B for us. Might not be able to. I actually think this plan B might win this fight. That one low health Archon gets pulled away. Banshees are helping out too. Kills off one of the Banshees. I think the plan B survives. I think he'd be better off going towards the natural. There's a tank on the high ground, but you can just Prism on top of that, although maybe afraid from his previous experience of how that went. Probes long distance mine as he takes the forward 4th base, interestingly enough. Not sure why take that forward base rather than the one on the south, which is generally a little safer and easier to hold on to. Because I'm in the main base now. Is that a double Prism? It is. So Prism in the main, since Zealot's starting to pick up some damage, and he will load up a good few of those to get them away as well. Obviously, it's pulling units around too, which allows for the main army to perhaps get something done as well. Bit of a wasted interference. Matrix comes down rather late. The Prism, I mean, you can still move around while Matrix. It just can't pick up or drop units, so it's already safe. It's just going to wait until interference Matrix fades away. As Zealot's gone through a little bit of a choke point in that mineral line there. As we see the Hellions and the Hellbat continue to set up. The tank on the high ground doing well also. And again, Harstem just 72 workers, I mean 40 army supply extra. Now he has a few more units this fighting forwards, probably is actually in trouble. We'll see the blink forwards here, the Archon coming around the side, and Lillekanin knows he's never cleaning that army up.